Hello and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. I'm your host, Optimus Prime. No, Optimus, we hate you. You got Optimus killed in the movie. Either way, hi, I'm Ian. And we're back on the Agora Models Optimus Prime. Generation 1. Very cool. Very excited to build this model kit. Oh yeah. You know, check out their link below. This thing is just sick. I mean, it is just massive. It is huge. I mean, just look at a chest plate. He's massive. Optimus's head is always a little small for his body. He's gonna be almost 3 feet tall. He's gonna be 31 and change inches tall without any display base under him. With a display base, over 3 feet tall. He's gonna tower over basically any, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, maybe the T800 might be 3 feet tall also. I'm not sure if that's 2 or 3 feet. I think it's 3 feet. Either way, he's going to be huge, and he's way more girthy than the T800. So parts pack 2 we have right here, and we're getting, uno, dos, tres packs of parts, and heavy, and check out that cool Autobot symbol. Nice. Yeah. Damn, that is, I'm gonna go over some of how nice some of these parts are while we're building it, because they are just gorgeous. Agora knocked it out of the park with this thing. Another thing, keep in mind, screws. If you're used to other part works, you know, there's AP, BP, AM, CM, DM. Here it's like PWM and PWB, and then they give you the measurements and the instructions. So label your one of these little boxes. These are bead organizers. You can get these on Amazon really cheap. I try to have a bead organizer for every kit I build, every part work, because they say keep all your screws, any extras, you may need them later. So in the instructions, they'll call out the screws, sometimes PW, you know, M, PWB. Sometimes they'll just say M3 by 10, M3 by 14, TR2-58, which are nuts, M3 by 6. Like, you want to label all of those with what they are, because if they call out for one of those screws again in the future, you'll know exactly where to go and get it. So, that being said, my God, is that a smokestack? These parts are stupid big. Up. Oh, these are all, this is all metal. A lot of metal. We got a little hex key now. Whoa, aren't they getting advanced with us? First part work that came with a hex key. And, oh, look at this little smokestack heat shield right here. That's cool. And that and this, a lot of metal and a very nice metallic red finish on those parts. And they got parts hiding underneath parts. And there's a lot of hardware with pack 2. Every stage, not sure if every stage comes with hardware, but yeah, this thing comes with a decent amount of screws. So we're gonna be doing a lot of screwing on this episode. Oh, geez, Ian. We're gonna be doing a lot of fastening on this episode with threaded connectors. There's a lot of screws. So either way, we're gonna get into it in just 1 second. I'm gonna go through some instructions and I will be right back. Okay, so we've got our parts out. All these parts are out of tray 1. All these screws out of, there's some hardware floating throughout at least 2 of the trays, but everything is right here. And the other thing that's unprecedented is they literally just say things like M3 by 6 and M3 by 14. That's really nice. I really like that, because it's always been a mystery with partworks, like, what size are these screws? What if I lose one? What if I need an extra? What if I need to tap a hole? What is it? I mean, they're not giving you a thread pitch, but it's pretty close. So basically, we're going to take these 2 plastic pipes here, and we're going to snap them together. And we got to get a couple of these little PB screws in there. Now, these are not Ziploc bags. Here's another difference with Optimus, because this is a whole new model kit from Agora, like designed by Agora, and it's all Agora. Sometimes, you know, kits get recycled from other older runs from other partworks companies like Hachette or you know, Diagostini or Ixo or whoever they are. I don't know all of them, but yeah, sometimes, you know, they'll just because the kit's already been made, but it wasn't licensed in a particular market, so another company will get the license in that market and sell that kit. It's an interesting business. So we've got this screwed together, and then we got to put this little cap on, and to do that, we do need to apply a little bit of glue to this. Little dabble D of the crazy glue. There we go. Get a little bit on there. Come on. Okay. You don't need a ton. Just a little bit. It only goes on one way. That goes on there. And then and over the glued end as shown. And glue. Then fix TR43. So we're going to put a little... I already got glue on my fingers. We're going to put a little glue on here. And just do it at the top and spread it around. That's plenty. We could zoom in a little bit here. There we go. And it really doesn't matter which end you put it on. Just pick whichever end you think looks better and have that one pointing up. And then just twist her on so you can spread the glue out. And there we go. Now we got that. And then we're going to take this cool exhaust cover. And is there a way? Oh, there's a slot right here. So we're going to put this over this, okay, and drop her down. And you'll see that slot. You want to keep that slot visible right there. And then we're going to take this part, all right, and we want the end with the step. Insert image, check that TR233 is in the correct orientation. Yeah, so we want this end facing up. So there's this little step. We want that facing up. Okay, we're going to take some more CA glue and just a little dabble do you right there. And we're going to get this into that little slot. Have her pressed in. Press it in nice and firm. Okay, there we go. That's pretty easy so far. And TR2-40. Now, some of these things you might be grabbing parts from other trays. So we're going to grab this one, TR202, and then we need TR240. Where is that? You got to scroll up in the PDF and just find the part, because they're spread amongst the trays. It's a little different than your average part work. So let's get this plastic off of this one, and it's going to be this piece right here. Okay. So then we got to scroll. You're going to do a decent amount of scrolling here. So we're going to take this, and it looks like we're just going to push it into these two little holes here. Are they both the same size? Or is one square and one not? No, they both seem the same. And just nice positive click, and they're in. Okay. And then we're going to take this exhaust, like so, and put her on. Oh my God, this thing is getting big already. And we're going to take a PB 2.3 by 6, and that's PB 2.3 by 6. So take one of these screws. This is why you want to definitely do the labels very detailed on your bead collector or what have you. And this is not a pH1 side. These screws so far are all pH 0. Get that in there. Now these Agora parts packs, I mean, you get a lot of parts in every pack because you get to finish your model in 12 months, which is definitely more awesomer than, you know, taking a whole bunch more time. There we go. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, that smokestack, that's going to be like, oh, geez, this thing is huge. And then TR218. Is it, Jesus, is it this? I think this is it. So it's like constantly, I should probably print out a couple of the TR218. It's a lot of scrolling through the instructions. And then we've got a bunch of washers and lock washers and hex bolts and these metal posts. Man, this is impressive so far. This is some like heavy duty hardware. M3x8 we need. M3x8. My God. Okay, so we're gonna get 4 M3x8s. Okay. I might just start loading these up into the bead organizer now and labeling everything. And then we need TR249. We've got these little baby lock washers. This is the first time I ever built a part work with lock washers. I mean, the engineering, so this is, you know, this is a newly engineered kit. A lot of the things we build from a lot of the parts work companies have been around for, you know, 5 to 10 years sometimes. Maybe not 10, well, sometimes 10. And sometimes they'll get updated. And TR250, these big washers, I need 4 of those. But this one is all brand new. And if this is any sign of what Agora Models No Time to Die DB5 is going to be like, that thing should be sick. These instructions are, you know, next level, and I'm very impressed. So I'm going to get all these sandwiched in. I'll show you when I'm done. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back with that stage. So just in case you're wondering, it is a 2.5 millimeter hex that you need for this. So I broke out one of my VHOT drivers. So this has a ball end on one. Come on, focus. See, it has a ball end, so it allows you to, you know, screw these in from a slight angle. So that will come in handy. I never got the set of ball end hex drivers. I should have. But this plastic is definitely some sort of fiber reinforced. So if you hear this, hold on. I'm going to do it near my chest. When you hear that scratchy noise in plastic, it generally means that it has fiber reinforcement. So they mix a little bit of basically fiberglass into the plastic blend when they're molding it. You know what else they do that for? Power tools. The bodies of power tools are meant to be abused and beaten on every day and be very resilient. And they are, you know, PA6, it's a fiber reinforced poly something, ethylene, some whatever. Polyacrylic? I don't know. But it's basically similar to power tool plastic. So this stuff is going to be mega tough. Just super resilient. So now what we got to do, we're going to take this part, and this part has no particular orientation it has to go in, and we're going to shove that into there. And then we got to get 2 big washers, 2 lock washers, and 2 M3x8s screwed into here. So we'll be right back with that. So those are screwed in like that, and basically this part can articulate like that. Okay, cool. We're going to take one of these big metal plate things with a giant nut on it, and as opposed to the giant nut behind this camera. And we're gonna pop that into the recess. So one side is recessed and one side is not. So it's gonna go into the recess, and we gotta get M3x6. We get 4 of these. Come on. Don't be stubborn. And 4 of these little lock washers. There we go. And we're going to put those 1, 2, 3, 4 right in there, and we'll be right back. Once you have this screwed in, you want to make sure that your nut has a flat basically at the top. This one's a tiny bit off, but you want a flat at the top and a flat at the bottom. That's what you need to do. And then they're going to, let's see here. We're going to grab this other piece of, again, very heavy duty. So clearly this is an operational joint, probably building like an elbow or a shoulder joint or something of that sort. So they didn't want it to break. So making it out of ABS is fine, but this stuff is extra rigid plastic. This is, and it's definitely got fiber reinforcement. You could kind of see a funny sheen to it and a grainy structure. So this is like power tool plastic for sure. I'm almost positive of it. Now we want to make sure we get this other nut plate in here just right. So we're going to take this other nut plate and we're going to put her in. See, it'll go in any of 4 ways, but we want it to have that same orientation. A flat towards this flat, a flat towards that flat. That's what we want. I wonder if there's TR246 and TR246. Okay, those are identical, obviously, parts, those nut plates. And we're going to do the same thing. A few of these 3x6 screws and some of these lock washers. And we're going to get this screwed in from behind, just how we love to. And I'll be right back. All right, so those are screwed in from behind. Now we're going to take this part like this. We're then going to take this part like this. We're going to shove it in there. Then we're going to take this part from before, the back plate, and we're going to put it in there. And then we got to put in 4 of these M3x14 hex bolts to hold that in place with the lock washers. So I'll do 1. And I'll tell you, this thing, for like a figure slash, statue slash whatever, this sucker's going to be pretty robust. I mean, just this one joint alone has got a good amount of power tool plastic in it and some very heavy-duty hardware. M3 fine threaded hex bolts. I mean, it's pretty hardcore. I've built a few partworks so far, and I'm not one of the greats online, but I'd beg to differ that this is probably going to be the most robust partwork, like action figure, giant statue type thing ever made in the history of partworks. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to bend that joint by hand. It is barely moving. So you definitely need leverage on it. So with all that leverage, that means you need really tough plastic and a lot of metal. So awesome. Okay, well that's done. And as with assembly, blah, 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 there's all these pictures to follow. Oh, then we got to take another piece of plastic here. Get a little retainer. Get out of there. So we got this little guy. And we're going to put it with the cup side facing in, and it fits into that little slot right there. And then we're going to put a couple screws on there. PB 2.3x6. Let's see. PB 2x4. PB 2.3x6. So these numerous black screws. We're going to need 2 of these. And again, not a pH1. Got to use a pH0. Did we get a screwdriver in the first pack? I forget. I just kind of chuck them aside. I'm pretty sure we did. But I just used my Vihas. And, you know, the other modeling guys, they use their Weras or their Veras. I don't know. The W's are pronounced as V's in German, as far as I've read. So that part just screws on right there. And then we're going to take this big plate and we are going to orient it like this. So we have this way, and we have this plate that we just screwed in this way, and we're going to mount her to these 4 metal posts right there. Okay. And then 4 more M3x8s with the little split ring lock washers. So I'll be right back. I'll get those in. Those 4 hex bolts are in. Now, just on a whim, you know, we always say dip all your screws that are going into metal into oil. And I had a hunch these do not need oil right here. So far, they don't need, I mean, they're threaded perfectly. Everything, these are precise machine, you know, hex bolts. These little Allen-headed jobs. They're very precise. They're not rough, you know, machine screw-ish into castings. It seems to be perfectly threaded. Like, this is fairly unprecedented so far in my experience with partworks, in that a screw going into metal screws in perfectly. So that's impressive. This episode is obviously going to be a bit of a run-on, just because of me, you know, praising it so much, I guess. And we got these 2 little plate things here. So we've got TR206. So this has the 4 little pegs, and that's going to go right over here, it seems. And then this one is going to go over here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So this has to go on. So there's 2 tabs right there, and this has 2 little pegs on the inside. So we're going to take this, and it's, there we go. She's going to be on there. Then we got to get a couple little PB 2.3x6. So that's these little guys right here. And, okay. Take our little pH0 again. Magnetization of your screwdriver is key right here, since you're going into kind of a crevasse. It's going to be a little difficult if your screwdriver isn't magnetized. But it's going right into that little hole right there in the middle. We're going right in there. Screw that on in. And then we're going to snap on this plate right over this, and push the lugs on. Okay. Make sure you get everything aligned. And that's also got a, oh, and you got a cup, there you go. There's lugs in the outer plate. So this is, that's a nice positive click. So there's a couple lugs to make sure you align. If you can see in there, see that sticking through that plate just a little bit. But yeah, that snapped in just fine. My God, this is such a substantial part. Assembling, okay, so we're done with the first parts tray entirely. And now we're going to take TR227. Is that this? There's a few of these things here. I'm not sure which one's which. I'm gonna scroll back up in the instructions and make sure I have the right part, and I'll be right back. Well, it would help if I had tray 2 of parts on top of tray 3 instead of tray 3 on top of tray 2. But here's part 27. So you can see this side has this little rectangular open area, and then this side has little hooky things, and then this goes like that, and you can hear my dog barking in the background. Hey, Rocket! Oh my gosh. Oh, trouble I go through. And then we're going to put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 2.3 by 6 screws in there. And this is more of that fiber reinforced plastic, I suspect. I mean, I don't suspect. I'm positive it's some form of fiber reinforced plastic, but this is some tough stuff, everyone. I don't know if anyone's built a partwork of a statue figure thing where like things were a little like weak and joints broke or something, but I highly doubt that would happen with this Optimus Prime. This thing is literally built like a Milwaukee power tool. He's red, so I said Milwaukee. Everyone knows I'm a Makita fanboy, but oh man, this thing is sick. I'll be right back. Okay, both our plates are on. It was the same thing on the other side. We had to put the other one over here, and I just can't stop thinking this is possibly the best engineered, highest quality part work I've ever assembled so far. Like, not that anything's been bad, it's just that this one's just head and shoulders above. Okay, so we're gonna take part TR211, and we're gonna take this little angly bracket out of here, and this is gonna go somewhere in here. Let's see, probably here. Yeah, right about there. And then we got tier 229. We got this bracket, and this can go one of two ways, but we're gonna put it with the nut openings, I believe, facing that way. Yeah. Let me just confirm that, and I'll be right back with probably a few screws in it. All right, we've got this figured out. We're going to take these parts. So there's this long hex, and there's the nut. So we're going to take the nut, and we're going to put her through. I'm going to shove those into there first. At least that's what I'm doing, because, yeah, there we go. They fit in very tightly. Then we're going to put it onto this part here, and then we're going to put a couple of these 2.3 by 6 PB screws. I guess PB for plastic black. I don't know. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And we'll put these in here. These Agora build videos, because the parts packs have so many stages in them, they're all going to be a bit long, obviously. So now we've got that built, just like that. Perfect. And we're going to put that little bracket there. And then we're going to take this plate and attach it like so. Okay. And then we're going to get a few more of these little PB 2.3 by 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, right in there to hold that together, and I will return shortly. Okay, now we've got these two parts. One has tabs on the side, one doesn't. The one without the tabs on the side is going to go right in here. It's going to fit right onto that hex, and then this side is going to go onto here. Then we're going to drop, we're going to drop one of our nuts into here. There's no not funny way to say that. And we're going to take one of these M3 by 8 hex screws, and we're going to go in from the other side. And we're going to, it's kind of tricky to get that, there we go. Just bang it around a little until that nut grabs. Once that nut grabs, give it a good toitness there. And then we're going to take this little ring, rubber, and we're going to pull that. We're going to take this rubber ring, we're going to pull it right around here. Okay. Then we need a couple more M3x8s, and we're going to take these two plates, which one has holes and one has hex holes. So we're going to take the one with the holes, and we're going to put it in the front. And we're probably going to want to slide our rubber ring down a little bit. Slide it down. It'll still catch on another lip. And then there we go. And then we'll get the other one on the other side, and we're going to get a couple of nuts. Okay. And another M3x8. I think these are stainless steel fasteners because they're barely grabbing to my magnetic screwdriver. And certain grades of stainless steel are still slightly magnetic, so I think they're stainless steel, which is pretty cool, actually. That's a nice touch. And they really are so finely threaded. And we're going to take this other plate. I'm going to bolt her on there. I'm going to put the nut in there. We're going to hold it with our fingertip and get that hex bolt in there. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, and we'll be right back. Next up is this part right here. All right, and we're going to plop her right onto there. Tabs are on this side and that side. And we're going to take a total of 4 of these M3x8s. These are the last 4, by the way. To give you exactly the number of these high-quality stainless bolts and washers as they need to for you to build the stage, and that's it. So that kind of says something. There's no extras. They're not just throwing in spares for the heck of it, because when they throw in spares, it usually means, oh, you'll strip a screw or strip a hole or who knows what. You know, you could manhandle it and damage. Nope, you get exactly what you need. So I'm going to get these 4 in. Okay, so the nut just goes into that little pocket right there, and then you come in from this side with the hex bolt, and I'll be right back. All right, so now we're going to take this part that we had before, see the orientation of where the exhaust pipe is, and then see this, where this part is. You're going to face that backwards, and you're going to rock that part right in there. Now, once we do that, we got to get 4 nuts, bolts, and washers in here. And if you see right here, there's a little, here, probably easier to just show you right here. There's, oh, come on. There's these slots here. You're going to slide a nut down in there, okay? So we're doing that, putting it this way, and then we're gonna get our nuts and bolts out and in there, and I'll show you how they look when they're done, because it's easier to show you when it's done than try to explain how to do it. Actually, I could do one. Here, let's see. Okay, that's actually a good idea. Let's take one of these nuts, one of these little washers, and we need a 3x8. Where the hell are all the 3x8s? 3x10. Did I use too many 3x8s on something else already? I don't think so. One sec. One moment, please. It is a 3x10. I misread. I was scrolled between 2 different pages. So we're going to take a 3x10 and a washer. We're going to put that on our hex driver. We're just going to lay that down. We're going to take one of these nuts, and we're just going to slide it into that slot right there. Once we have it slid into that slot, we're going to take our bolt, and the slot will hold the nut captive once you get it tight enough. And there we go. And 3 more times of them sliding into those little slots with the nuts, and we'll be right back. All right. Oh man, this thing is it just keeps getting awesomer. I sound like I'm shilling really hard. I'm really loving this model. It's just, it fits together so perfectly. We're gonna take this metal plate here, fit her right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little 2.3x6 screws. I need my other screwdriver. Those are gonna go in. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so those are in. So we have 2 parts left from tray 2. I'm just going to leave those right here. What we're going to do is take this louvered part, and we're going to take this cool mechanical looking part. And this does not appear to have any specific orientation up or down. We're going to put that louvered part on there. And then we're going to take this cool part here and basically, yeah, this just goes on like that. Oh, what? Okay, sorry, my PDF viewer. Check the orientation of the blind window shown before completing. The louvers are horizontal and slope down and forwards from back. Okay. All right. We'll figure this out real quick. Let me get this screwed together quickly. This is going to use PWM 2x6, 2x4, PWM 2x6. Okay, that's the first time we're ripping these open. Let's zoom out a tiny bit here. We got 5 of them, so possibly an extra. We'll be right back. All right, yeah, the CAD drawings are very clear. You just have to pay attention. So this part, these louvers lean back. So you hold the part like this, and the louvers are supposed to, see, lean back. And then for these 2.3x6 black screws, right into, just show you right here, right into there and there. Same thing on the other side. Okay, and we're going to get those in and we'll be right back. All right, that's all screwed in. This thing's getting pretty heavy. It's like a meat tenderizer already. Jeez, it's a big sucker, heavy. Okay, we're going to take this panel here with the U cut out. I'm going to take this piece of plastic, and it only goes in one way, right there, just like that, and then it fills in that U shape. And then we got PWM 2x4 screws that we need to get into this part here, 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 and here. We're going to get those in, and I will be right with you. Okay, so now this thing, you see those 4 tabs there? And those little 4 tabs there? What we're going to do is we're going to place it on about, most of the way up. We're probably leaving about a 1/4 inch plus gap there. And we just push it up onto the tabs, and it's nice and solid. And then we are just going to throw a 2.3x6 PB screw, so one of the black ones. This thing is just, I mean, like, I've built partworks. They go together, but not this well. Like, this thing is precisely engineered. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and then later on I find like something doesn't fit, but I highly doubt it. Then we've got this trim piece with the hole in the middle of it. Okay, and we're going to take that and we're going to shove that onto here. There's actually a couple of grooves right here and right there that it's going to snap into. And yeah, nice. Okay, that fits good. Then we're going to take this part and this part from the previous pack, and there's pegs that line up so you can't do it wrong. And you might, yep, there we go. Nice positive little click. PB 2x4. Oh my God, I'm really just, it just fits together so perfectly. It's like whatever they were doing in the past to make partworks, it was good, but this is a whole nother level of awesome. And we're just gonna snap her into place right here on the arm. Is that it? Maybe this comes off easily for a reason. Or maybe it should have something in there. I don't know. Do I want to glue it on? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me double check. Attach. It just says attach it. Okay. Well, I'm just going to plug it in there for now. And then what we're going to do is take this part, and we got these two bars here, and we're going to hold it this way. We've got one labeled number 2. That goes right here. One labeled number 1. That goes right there. Just like that, 1 and 2. And then we're going to do PWM 2x4. And one more. Nope. Might have to save that last screw. I'm going to save that one, so I'll put it back in the bag so I know it's a PWM 2x4. And we're going to just put these 4 screws in here and we'll return shortly. All right, we're going to flip our arm over now that we've got these 2 brackets on there. And again, we're going to lay it down most of the way up and just slide her on. And then we're going to probably take, yes we are, PB 2.3 times 6. Take that. Wrong screwdriver, Ian. And we're going to get this fella right into there. Oh, and we're about to see some cool bits go on. All right, and then we're going to take this part here, snap that into place, and then the Autobot logo. This little badge on there, that snaps in. That holds in pretty well. This one, not so much. I wonder what's going on with that. I'm going to just, maybe it needs glue. I don't know. New model. Maybe I should just go watch World of Wayne real quick and be right back. Hold on one sec. Okay, so I watched Wayne's video, and his clicked in nice and tight, he said. He said they told him to glue it, but I didn't see it in the instructions. Maybe we're operating off different versions of the PDF. It's an online electronic file, so it could have been altered slightly since I downloaded it or since he downloaded it, one or the other. But I put just a dab of crazy glue to hold those pegs in. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 elbow parts. Now we know what this is going to do. We're going to take this one with the finished outside face, and we're going to put it over these 2 tabs right here. And that is going to snap into place. The other side, just like this, snap into place. And then we're going to use 2 different size screws. So at the top, we're going to use 2 of these 2.6 screws, PB 2.6. And at the bottom hole, right here, we're going to use the 2x4 screw. So I'll get those in and I'll be right back. And the final little bit we're going to throw on here is this finished plate to cover all those ugly holes. And that fits into place nice and snug. That's not going anywhere. And we have one monstrous left shoulder. Holy crap. Like, I mean, when I say his head is a little, you know, always a little small for his body, no matter what Optimus it is, the movie Optimus, the cartoon Optimus, it's, you know, man, that is a beautiful part. That is the end of Pack 2, and this has been a very long video, I feel, but oh my God. Again, I feel this is the best engineered part work I've ever assembled. It is absolutely just perfect. It's glorious. I don't know who the heck, what factory they found or what engineers, the product designer. I'm going to send Agora a couple emails just to be like, please, please send my regards to the chef. This meal was superb. It was exquisite going together. There's just no trouble. No fighting. It was awesome. Okay. Well, I got nothing else. Okay. Either way, guys, you know, I got to go recharge the Energon. I'll see you all next time on Cybertron. Thanks for coming. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, and click the Agora link below to check out this utterly, perfectly engineered Optimus Prime. My God, it's just a pleasure to build. Whew! Awesome. All right. Later, everybody. Bye.